I'm sitting here with Isak. Welcome, Isak. Nice to have you here.
Thank you so much.
How
Nice
are
to
you?
be here.
Yeah, nice. How are you doing, my man?
No, I'm doing good. As you said, early morning, so just waking up, but it's good.
Yeah, it's the life of a CS player. You have to wake up early. Prac starts in 35 minutes, from what I know. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard work. All right. Like we always do in the series, I want to turn back the time a little bit and go back to when you first got into Counter Strike and well, yeah, the first time you were introduced to the whole world of esports. Do you remember that time?
Yeah, I think I was playing a lot of Call of Duty, especially Modern Warfare 2 back in the days. And I remember if it was 2013 or 14, my friend who I was playing a lot of Call of Duty with basically said that we should try this new game CS:GO. So I wasn't really familiar with Counter Strike really before that, um, but then I just bought it and we started playing it a lot, and I fell in love with the game pretty fast. So
Oh, that's
yeah,
interesting. So you didn't play any previous Counter Strikes then? It was just CS:GO.
no, no, but I went back after I played a little bit CS:GO to play a little bit of Counter Strike Source, just to feel how it was before, and some 1.6 as well. But
Yeah.
I mainly kept it to Go.
All right, cool. And when was the first step into a more serious pursuit?
I would say it was probably around 2018. Um, I played the game a lot for on and off. But once I think SPL, it was Swedish Pro League back in the day, started up. That's when I kind of started getting more friends in the scene, I would say. And then I think we started playing some CEVO leagues back in the days, Gfinity CEVO leagues, and some ECA like lower ECA main and stuff like that. And we played most of the qualifiers with some teams, and that's when it came a little bit more serious in a way. And then I think maybe Prima Esport was my um first serious team, and that was with Yakinio as well. Funny enough, now that I'm playing with him. So yeah, that was probably when this first competitive side of me started in Counter Strike.
Yeah, all right. And yeah, you were playing mostly on like a
Yeah,
Swedish level and stuff, and then obviously your first really serious team was GamerLegion, I would assume, when you were picked up by them. Do you remember your emotions when when you were picked up by this team? Because it was a pretty big thing, I can imagine.
yeah. I mean, it was a very nice feeling. They needed they were doing some roster changes, and I knew Sean or Era. Very good friends with him. Basically said that I should write to Ash and introduce myself a little bit. So that's what I did, and got a trial spot nearby, and they liked me. So I was signed there. I was very happy that I could go. Like that's when I went full time. Otherwise, before that, I was working maybe like 50% just to make some money on the side. But that's when I went all in on CS.
And what do you remember from the GamerLegion time? Because you were part of this team for like over 3 years, I think. It was pretty long run there.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, I basically knew everyone from the organization, and we had some couple of lineups as I played before, but it was mostly just good memories from there. I liked everyone that I worked with throughout the time over there, so I have nothing bad to say about them, and no hate again towards the organization or anything. So I mean, it was mostly good things, and we had some good runs as well in some tournaments, so I'm very happy with my time there.
All right, good to hear. And one of the obviously key one of the main things that happened was that you actually came to the major grand final, which I think that some people may not remember. But yeah, in 2023 you were in the Paris major grand final. That must have been cool. I mean, do you remember how that felt for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously the probably best achievements for me up to date still. I think it was so magical because we were one game away from the elimination game or like we were 0-2 at the first day. So making it to the last day was so special, and it was very special playing in front of that big of a crowd. And I think all of us 6 people in that lineup will forever cherish that moment. So yeah.
All right. Let's leave Gamer Legion for a bit and then go into Metizport, which you've been part of now for since January this year.
Yeah.
How has your experiences been in Metizport so far?
Um, it's been good being back to a Swedish lineup. Obviously. I think we've had quite a lot of ups and downs with the lineups I've played with. But I think still it has been a very enjoyable time for me, I would say. I mean, I like when, or I don't like it obviously, but I like challenges. So when it's rough, like it's not that I get like maybe like depressed or like sad or like something like. I like when things get rough, and like that's when people show their true character as well. If people maybe start to give up or something, but I mean, for me, I think my time here in Metizport has been, result-wise, has probably not been the best, but like for me, like working and stuff, it's been good. So I have nothing bad to say. Um, and I obviously like everyone in the organization that I've started to knowing now, all very nice people. So I enjoy it a lot here.
And yeah, as you said, it's been quite up and down. 2025 has been pretty rough, but I mean altogether. But you did make it to the major, which obviously is a massive achievement for Swedish Counter-Strike and for Metasport and then for the lineup. Do you remember the emotions when that happened? Like when you beat Stralis and made it?
I would say it was a big. I would say it's a big relief, in my opinion, because I remember on the MRQ we went 2-0 the first day, and I know that if you don't make it past that 3-0 game and qualify 3-0, it's gonna be very rough because it's a hard mental battle to fight that. Oh shit, you're 2-0 and then you might not make it, like because you're only gonna play against hard opponents when you're up there. So it's a big mental battle to only make it through, like win the next game. But I mean, it was just like a big relief, kind of, that we made it, and I was very happy that Adam and Bloom and Abdi got to play their first major. So I was more happy for them, but it was a big relief to make it.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, it was a massive achievement for Metasport, obviously.
Yeah.
So obviously in Metsport, I would say the level we're playing on right now is pretty much tier 2. You have experience from tier 1 as well in Gamer Legion. What is the, if you can tell, what's like the biggest difference between playing in tier 1 and tier 2?
Um, I would say the teams that you're playing. I would say. I mean, the level of Counter Strike is much more random down here. I would say it's. I feel like in this tier you can win against anyone and you can lose against anyone, kind of tier, and it's like everything is online as well. So the professional level is much more lower, if you can tell, like with tournament organizers and stuff like that. But that's kind of obvious since everything is online. It's like it's so much more stuff that can go on behind the scenes. But I mean, I'm I'm pretty used to it as well. Like in Gamer Legion, we like most part it was mainly tier 2 as well there. So I'm mostly used to it in my career. But yeah, I would say like the biggest thing is like everything is online, so everything can happen. Kind of like if you have a bad day and the opponent has a good day, like most of the times you will just lose because there's less pressure and stuff like that than it is online. So yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that because obviously it's been what people have been discussing, and also what I've thought about a lot is that we've seen like a lot of teams in tier two that make it up to tier one and they still do really well there as well. It's like it's not really the level that they're on that's the problem. It's just that tier two is a more unforgiving environment, you know, which
Yeah,
is I think a lot of people need to understand that it's rough sometimes. It's like yeah, it's online, it's unprofessional
yeah.
organizers, it's everything that you just said. So yeah, it's interesting that you brought that up. Um,
I think once you make it out of tier two, kind of, you're very comfortable in a way that you start getting invites to the big tournaments, and once you like win, like you only have to win a couple of games per tournament once you get invited to those to like the Colognes and the Katowice and stuff like that. Then you just have to win like a game here and there to stay there. So it's kind of nice once you make it out. It's just the hard part that making it out starting to get like these win streaks online because I mean it's CS2 as well. It's very much more random than Counter-Strike Go was.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Interesting topic that we could probably speak a lot about, but let's move on. Let's move on to let if you have to pick, one of the biggest achievements or the most memorable moment of your entire Counter-Strike career so far, what would that be?
I would say probably. I mean, I don't want to go with the Paris choice, but I would probably say like qualifying to my first major in Rio, um, because we were in a very rough spot. This was in 2022. I remember we were at the RMR in Malta. We lost the 1-1 game against Spirit in a very like we were up a lot. Like I don't remember if it was like 15-9 and we lost like a 2v4 or something on an eco. Like we should have won that game, and then we lost it. Went 1-2 game, and then we played G2. Um, and then we probably made the biggest upset of at least 2022 when we won that G2 game, and that was probably the. And then we felt like we couldn't lose the next game. So yeah, like making it to my first major was probably like one of the proudest achievements because we were in a very rough spot, but we managed to make it out. So very happy with that.
All right, yeah, cool, cool. Um, Speaking about your life as a professional player, how does a normal day look like for Isak or for a professional player in general?
Um, for a professional player, I would say we start around 10 a.m. So usually you want to be up at least an hour before that to make sure that you're woken up, or yeah, to make sure you're fully woken up. So because otherwise um you will sit and just not digest the theory session, I would say. So usually for me later, like for now, like the past couple of months, it's been at least try to wake up an hour before, and then you have we practice until 18, I think, at 6. So we have 10 to 18, and then after that, I usually chill down, eat dinner, um, and then prepare a little bit for the next day. If that is watching demos or just doing my uh, daily like routine with uh, aimbots and DM and stuff like that. I'm not a big Faceit guy. Since they removed the 5 stacks, then I thought it became kind of boring and I didn't really gain that much. With 5 stacks, I had a very good time and it was very fun to play. But since they removed it, I haven't had as much fun on Faceit and it's not benefiting me like as much. So, but as like the main thing that will benefit me to keep my form up is just keeping my routine. That's the most important part, that you have a routine that you stick to. And it can be everything. It could be that you do KC, B Hope, or like anything like that. But as long as you have something, so and that you stick to it, then you will keep a consistent level.
Yeah, just keep your head in the game all the time.
Yeah. So
Uh,
that's kind of how a professional player daily life of professional player looks like. Probably some of them had like maybe they play like 5, 6 faceit games after practice as well. But yeah, whatever suits them best.
Yeah, exactly. Um, and speaking about Counter-Strike as a job, what did you do before you said that you worked like 50% at a regular job before? What did you do before you went professional in CS?
I did a lot of stuff. I was firstly I was like it was summer work. It was helping like younger children, or younger guys or girls as well in football. It was like I don't know how it was. It was like a yes for the summer work. It was to take care of the old football, and then I worked in a store, and then I worked as well with elderly people, taking care of them. I did night shifts, so it was pretty fine, I would say.
It was pretty fine. You said it was fine.
Yeah, it was pretty fine to do night shifts.
Okay. You like doing
So
night
yeah,
shifts, okay. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, once you got used to it, it was fine, and it was better suiting for my uh, professional career as well. I mean, when I played in Little Mix back then, so we practiced, and then after that, at like 21, I started work, so
Okay.
then it was fine. So yeah,
Okay, what a grind, what a grind. Yeah, I've also done night shifts before. I was a
yeah,
security guard here in Sweden. I was also doing night shifts, but that was rough. So I didn't like
yeah,
it. It's it depends on what you do, I guess.
yeah.
Um, so how was the reception, like the response from people around you when you decided to go full time in CS?
Um, my parents were, I would say they were proud. They were always supportive of me playing a lot as long as I did not go bankrupt, if you can say that. So I kept them happy with having a second job as well. But I mean, they were always supportive of me playing, and once they realized it got a little bit serious, then more serious, then I think they even supported it more. So
All right.
I have very supportive parents.
Yeah, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. That's like important as well. Uh,
Yeah.
in whatever you decide to do in life, it's always nice to get that support from your closest.
Yep.
So I'm glad to hear that. So okay, speaking a little bit about your about Metizport and Isak in Metizport, how would you describe your role in the team?
Um. I mean, for myself, I want to be the guy that people can lean back on. I want to be like a stable pillar. But role-wise, right now, I think with this new lineup, it we still are identifying a little bit our roles. I think we're changing some roles and stuff like that. Um, but so I think most of us are getting used to some new position and roles and stuff to make sure that we can fit a little bit of identity or like find a little bit more about our identity. I think me myself as well have started playing a little bit different to make sure that we get our identity good. But I mean, I want to be like the guy that you can always rely on, and you always know what you can get out of in a team. I don't want to be the flashy player, the star player. I want to be the guy that sets teammates up, and whatever I can do to make them look better, that's my job. But yeah,
Okay, yeah, the ultimate team player then, I would say.
yeah,
Um, cool. Thank you for those answers. Now we're gonna go into the next little part of the interview, which is what I would call quick fire. So it's just some quick questions that you require some quick answers. So just the first thing that comes to mind, but there might be one or two questions where you can answer a little bit longer. So
yeah,
yeah, but hopefully they will be interesting. And like I said, I'm asking all of the players the same questions basically, so we can compare it later.
yeah.
Um, if you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would that be?
Probably ground beef with rice. Probably.
Okay, well, that's
Yeah,
like
it's a boring one, but
no. It's good. It's really healthy.
well,
Um, what makes you really happy in life?
um, winning.
All right, good answer.
Yep, I get in a good mood when I win.
Yeah. If you have to pick CS2 or CS:GO, which one would you
CS:GO.
choose? CS:GO.
Yes, 100%.
Explain why.
I think this game is, or CS2 is, I think it has some, probably another year or something of updates before I think I can maybe switch the decision, but I think right now it's a lot with, sub tick. They don't want to change that, and like dying behind walls, stuff like this. I don't know. Especially online as well, I find it less enjoyable to play of these things. But yeah, right now, CS:GO.
Gotcha. All right. If you had to ban or like remove all the Molotovs from the game, so Molotovs and incendiary grenades, or give the AK-47 15 bullets in one mag, which one would you choose?
Remove all Mollers or give AK 15 bullets?
Yeah, in one mag.
Probably give AK 15 bullets in one mag then.
Yep. Been the. I think that's the like the least bad one, of those
Yeah.
two. So the one that would like change the element of the game the least.
Yep.
So it's
Yep.
true. It's true. What is the best thing about being a pro?
Traveling and meeting new people.
And the worst thing?
Probably the media, like all the hate you get and stuff like that. Not the content wise, but like not me doing content or anything, but the hate you can get and stuff like this. So,
Yeah. I appreciate you saying that. I guess it gets to you. It's hard not to like care about it. So
yeah.
it's the dark side of being a public person, I guess, and someone who,
Yeah.
yeah, appreciate that. So last question then. Uh, an idol, like a person that you look up to in life.
I would say probably my bigger brother. I would say.
Okay,
Yeah.
sweet. Thank you. So now we're on the last part of the interview. Just a couple more questions. Metizport is going on like a fall, like an autumn tour now. We're gonna go for some quite a few lands. We have at least 4 planned for the upcoming 3 months, but there's probably gonna be more. This is because of the VRS situation that is more favorable on lands. We've talked about it a lot in the team and so on. And what are your thoughts on the current VRS situation? Like like that lands are more favored.
I would say I'm not a huge fan of the bell ranking system overall. I think HLTV had it very, very good as well. I think HLTV ranking was very reliable and stuff like this. And now as well, I guess the VRS and Valve coming into making like this system as well removed like the RMRs to qualify for the major. Now they made it invite only, which I'm strongly against as well. I think RMRs was the most exciting tournament to ever participate in for every player and every organization because it was so much on the line. But yeah, right now I'm not really a huge fan of the VR system. I think HLTV had it under control, if you say it like that.
Yeah, gotcha. Um, yeah, at least one thing that it has done for teams like us, for example, is that there will be a lot more lands.
Yeah,
We
I
will
think that's
be,
good.
yeah, that's one of the positive sides in my opinion, at least. But I do agree with you that it has its flaws as well. But yeah, that's one of the good things that you get to travel. Obviously, as long as you have the financial resources, because not
Yeah,
every org has that either. So it's a bit
no.
of a tricky situation. But yeah, don't hate the player, hate the game, as I would say. If you look back at your career so far, what has been the biggest challenge for you?
Biggest challenge. Um, I don't know. I would probably put it something like dealing with probably hate. I would say. I think people people look at stats. I don't have the best overall stats, but I think if the people who split with me know that I bring a lot to the team. Obviously, I'm not happy as well with my stats and stuff like that, but I know that I bring a lot to a team. I know what I do. So yeah, probably just like neglecting all the hate. I would say probably that's probably been like one of the biggest things.
All right. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. We're very close to the end of the interview. I just want to say, speaking about Metizport and stuff, what do you dream of in Metizport right now?
What I dream of in Metsport is probably, I would say I would say like becoming like a stable team. I would say like a very very stable team where we travel a lot as well to lands, like get into the, like what you say, like get into the tier 1.5 circuit where you get invited to like the big LAN players, stuff like that. And eventually hopefully make it into tier 1. I mean, that's a big dream, but one step at a time as well. But yeah, something along that. It's like become a very stable team. Everyone knows what their role is and stuff like that. So that's probably my dream in Metasport, just to make sure that Metasport gets as big as possible, and every player is as happy as possible as well.
Sounds like a good goal. I think that's what we all dream of in the end. Okie dokie. So this is the last, pretty much the last question here now. Obviously, you started out playing in Sweden, like we already talked about. You were a young and aspiring player back in the days, and you're not that old yet, though. But I mean, yeah, you know what I mean.
No.
What is the most important thing to keep in mind if you want to, reach the top in Counter-Strike?
I would say like always look forward, because the like whether what sport you're doing or like what team you're on, like you're always gonna have rough times. So I would say just look forward. Like it's always easy to be happy and play good and uh, look forward to the future. Like when you're winning games and like stuff are going fine, but when things are going rough, it's very easy as well to start working less or like stop doing the hard job and stuff like that, like become unmotivated. I think just like even though what role you're on, just always look forward and just keep on going for your dream, and then like eventually you will reach it if you work hard enough.
All right. Thank you so much. That's the end of the interview. I was wondering if you just had any closing words.
No, I would probably say thank you a lot to everyone who watched this. If anyone watched the whole one, then I say thank you a lot. Shout out to everyone watching our games as well, the supporters, and yeah, kind of that.
All right, Isak. All right. Thank you so much. And you heard it from Isak. This is the end of the interview, and thanks to everyone who's been watching and supporting the team in their venture now towards the top again. That's about it. Obviously, we are very close to going to Romania, so you will see us there if this gets released before that. But otherwise, anyway, thank you so much for the support, and we'll see you in the next one, hopefully. Bye bye.
Bye bye.